Hello everyone, this lesson that I will tackle is the continuation of the chapter 8, Errors, Failures, and Rest. Increasing reliability and safety. Professional techniques. Many large, complex computer systems work extremely well. The New York Stock Exchange installed a $2 billion system with hundreds of computers, 200 miles of fiber optic cable, 8,000 telephone circuits, and 300 data routers. The system handled the sales without errors or delays. We rely on them daily. Importance of good software engineering and professional responsibility. To produce good system, we must use good software engineering techniques at all stages of development, including specification, design, implementation, documentation, and testing. Testing include real-world testing with real users. So, professional techniques. By following these professional techniques, we can build reliable and safe systems that meet users' needs and withstand the challenges of real-world use. High Reliability Organization or HRO, organizations that operate in difficult environments, often with complex technology, where failures can have extreme consequences. For example, air traffic control, nuclear power plants. High reliability organization principles preoccupied with failures. Always assume something unexpected can go wrong, not just plan, design, and program for all problems the team can force, but always being aware that they might miss something. Loose structure. It would be easy for designer or programmer to speak to people in other departments, or higher up in the company, without going through rigid channels that discourage communication. So, high reliability organization are organizations that work in challenging environments where failures could have serious consequences. And by following this principle, high reliability organization can maintain safety and reliability in high-stakes situations. Safety critical application. Identify risks and protect against them. Developers must design in safety from the start. Convincing case for safety, avoid complacency. Example, the night before the scheduled launch of Space Shuttle Challenger, the engineers argued for a delay. They knew the cold weather posed a severe threat to the shuttle. They could not prove absolutely that the system is safe, nor prove absolutely that it will fail. A large piece of insulating foam dislodged and struck the wing of the Columbia Space Shuttle as it launched. NASA knew this happened, but pieces of foam have dislodged and struck the shuttle on other flights without causing a major problem. So safety critical application requires constant risk assessment, careful design, and awareness that even small issues can lead to catastrophic results. Specification. Learn the needs of the client. Understand how the client will use the system. Long planning stage allows for discovering and modifying unrealistic goals. One company developed a successful financial system that processes $1 trillion in transactions per day. Spent several years developing a specification for the system. then only 6-month programming followed by carefully designed extensive testing. So specifications are detailed plans that define what a system needs to do and how it will meet the client's needs. Users interfaces and human factors. User interfaces should provide clear instruction and error messages. Be consistent. Include appropriate checking of input to reduce major system failures caused by typos or other errors in a person will likely make. Example, the crash of American Airlines Flight 965 near Cali, Colombia. While approaching the airport, the pilot intended to lock the autopilot onto beacon, called Rosso, that will lead the plane to the airport. The pilot typed R, and the computer system displayed 6 beacons beginning with R. Normally, the closest beacon is at the top of the list. The pilot selected it without checking carefully. It was Romeo 100 miles away. So, user interfaces are parts of the system that people interact with, and human factors focus in making these interfaces easy and safe for user interact. User interfaces and human factors. The user needs feedback to understand what the system is doing at any time. Ground Proximity Warning System, or GPWS, contains a digital map of the world's topography and gives warning 1 minute before a crash. The GPWS is likely responsible for preventing crashes in several incidents in which pilots incorrectly set an altimeter, attempted to land with poor visibility, mistook building lights for airport lights. No commercial U.S. airliner has crashed into a mountain since the GPWS was implemented. The system should behave as an experienced user expects. A workload that is too low can be dangerous. An overworked operator is more likely to make mistakes. However, a workload that is too low can lead to boredom, inattention, or lack of awareness of the current status. Redundancy and self-checking. Redundancy, multiple computers capable of same task. If one fails, another can do the job. Voting redundancy. Software modules can check their own result, either against a standard or by computing the same thing in 2 different ways, and then comparing to see if the 2 results match. 3 independent teams write module for the same purpose in 3 different programming languages. The module ran on 3 separate computers. A 4th unit examines the outputs of the 3 modules and chooses the result obtained by at least 2 out of 3. So, redundancy means having backup system in place to ensure a system keeps working even if something fails. Testing. Even small changes need thorough testing. Independent verification and validation. Not the programmers nor the customer test and validation of the software. They act as adversaries and try to find flaws. It works for two reasons. The people who design and or develop a system think the system works. They thought about potential problems and solve them. With the best of intention, they tend to test for the problems they have already considered. The people who created the system may be reluctant to find flaws in it, and external for is not practical for all projects. Many companies have their own testing teams. So, independent verification and validation is a process where people who are not involved in creating the software test and validate it. The team of independent verification and validation looking for flaws to ensure the software is reliable. Beta testing. It is near final stage of testing. A selected set of customers use a complete, presumably well-tested system in their real-world environment. It can detect device limitations and bugs that designers, programmers, and testers missed. It can also uncover confusing aspects of user interfaces and problems that occur when interfacing with other systems. Beta testing, it helps ensure the product works well in the real world and meet user expectation before it available to everyone. Trust the human or the computer system. Traffic collision avoidance system. Computers in some airlines prevent certain pilots' actions. According to the head of Airlines Pilot Association's Safety Committee, it is a great advance in safety. Pilots of the Airbus 380 are trained to allow its autopilot system to control the plane when a mid-air collision threatens. Prevents pilot from doing something stupid. Some people object, arguing that the pilot should have ultimate control in case unusual action is needed in an emergency. Traffic collision avoidance system enhances safety by automatically helping avoid collisions by guiding pilots. Law regulation and markets. Criminal and civil penalties provide incentives to produce good systems but shouldn't inhibit innovation. Are important to legal tools for increasing reliability and safety of computer systems and accuracy of data in databases. Examples: Trial 25 victim suit. They settled out of court. Several people have won large judgments against credit bureaus for incorrect data in credit reports that cause havoc in their lives. So criminal and civil penalties aims to protect users by holding people accountable while still allowing room for technological progress. Law, regulation of markets, regulation for safety critical application, specific testing requirements and requirement for approval by government agency before a new product can be sold. The FDA has regulated drugs and medical devices for decades. Companies must do extensive testing, provide huge quantities of documentation, and get government approval before they sell new drugs and some medical devices. Patients do not have the expertise to judge the safety or reliability of a system. Overly strict standards can inhibit progress, require techniques behind the state-of-the-art, and transfer responsibility from the manufacturer to the government. So, regulation for safety-critical application ensures safety but must strike a balance to avoid slowing progress. Professional licensing. Mandatory licensing of software development for professionals. Laws require license for hundreds of trades and professions. License requirements typically include specific training, the passing of competency exams, ethical requirements, and continuing education. Requirements for specific degrees and training programs as opposed to learning on one's own or on the job tend to keep poorer people from qualifying for license. Taking responsibility. In some cases of computer errors, businesses have an ethical policy of having responsibly and paying for mistakes without a lawsuit, and should offer to pay interest and penalties that resulted from errors in float income tax programs. So, professional license aims to ensure skilled, ethical professionals but might create barriers for some and isn't always necessary when companies act responsibly. Dependent rest and progress. Are we too dependent on computer? Because of their usefulness and flexibility, computers, cell phones, and similar devices are now virtually everywhere. Many drivers would be lost if their navigation system failed. Some military jets cannot fly without the assistance of computers. In Holland, no one discovered the body of the reclusive elderly man who died in the apartment until 6 months after his death. Many of month's bills, including rent and utilities, were paid automatically. His pension check went automatically to his bank account. All the relevant authorities assumed that he was still alive. In a similar case, an elderly reclusive woman died in her home. Within 2 days, not 6 months, the mailman noticed that she had not taken in her mail. They are not only dependents. Electricity, computers makes decision, electricity does not. So nowadays, we too dependent on computers because everywhere in our lives, computers, cell phones, and similar devices are so useful that they are now part of almost everything we do. Dependence, rest, and progress. Rest and progress. We trust older technologies. Many new technologies were not very safe when they were first developed. We develop and improve new technologies in response to accidents and disasters. We should compare the rest of using computers with the rest of other methods and the benefits to be gained. The rate from motor vehicles accidents in the United States declined almost 80% from 1965 to 2010, from 5.30 per 100 million vehicles miles traveled to 1.13 per 100 million vehicles miles traveled. The risk of dying in an on-the-job accident dropped from 39 among 100,000 workers in 1934 to 5 in 100,000 in 2008. Why? So, rest and progress often involves some initial rest, but over time, we improve technologies to make them safer and more beneficial. And sometimes, we trust the older technologies because they've been improved and proven safe over time. So that's all. Thank you.